bumpy as fuck. What we want to do? What we want to do? Well, it's St. Patrick's Day. I don't particularly celebrate it. I know I did years past. I more or less just make fun of it now. I mean, shit, I'm sitting up here with an Irish name on the Irish Day. I ain't gonna be eating no corned beef and cabbage. I ain't gonna be doing none of that shit. I ain't got time for all that. I got shit I gotta do out here. It's the BlackWatch. And one of the things, I don't know why this music ain't starting. I'm trying to get Dylan as I get up out the city. Why does that say that's not connected? And I know goddamn well it's connected. I'm looking at it. Anyway, when I'm on the road, I gotta have my beats right. You know. There we go. You want to come in hot. No, come in hot. Got the nerve. I'm sitting up here trying to get it for the last 2 minutes, and then he just wants to come in hot. Peace and love. Rest in power to the brother Jay Dillon. He's been providing me with my soundtrack for the last, I don't know how many videos. You know, I done got hit with a copyright claim. I don't even understand. They see the shit as just a music bed. I'm not using it to promote. I'm not using it to sell. I'm not using it to freestyle over. I'm just using it as to kill out the background noise. But this motherfucking truck, the road, and whatever. I'm not sure what the problem is. I ain't got no weapon. But it is what it is. And it's the BlackWatch. And I need to just jump right into this because I'm getting a little pissed off early. Some of you motherfuckers is like, what's new? But I'm pissed off, and I'm pissed off early. Okay? That's where my stepbrother and stepsister grew up. I really even look over there like when I'm getting on the highway. But yeah, I remember them townhouses. Word up. So, yeah. Let's talk about this Atlanta shit. Because they already on that bullshit. Now, when black people was beating up Asians, allegedly, I'm not even talking a week ago, I heard that black people had all kind of problems with Asians, and we beating them up, and we terrorizing them, we tormenting them, and we doing all kinds of just shit to them. It's what I've been told. It's what I've been hearing. And I'm like, when did black people just develop this hate for Asians? You know, I mean, why we just, you know, and I couldn't see any proof of it. I know there's been some isolated incidents with some isolated situations, but there hasn't been like a mass Asian hate by the black collective. But that's what they were putting out here. That's what the media has been putting out here. And if y'all been watching y'all news, y'all been seeing it. Because see, y'all watch y'all news, and then I watch my news. Our news ain't the same. My news ain't built off no fucking theories. My news is built off the truth. I don't need all that fluff in between. I don't need my news to come to me all in color like USA Today. This world is black and white, whether it's on paper or not. And when they started pitting us against Asians, just all of a sudden, we just start hating Asians. We don't hate them when they beat us up in their beauty supply stores. We keep going back. We don't hate them when they cuss us out in Chinese restaurants and shit. We keep going back. We don't hate them when they kick us out of Japanese steakhouses and we keep going back. Come on. When did we develop this hate? Because do we hate them but not hate their products? Do we hate them but not hate their food? Do we hate them at all? We buy their cars. I see more motherfuckers out here with Hondas than anything nowadays. Honda done stepped up their game with their shit. All their shit was looking kind of fucked up. They stepped up in their game. Knew they had to get with Nissan and Infiniti and Toyota. Excuse me, Nissan is Infiniti. They had to keep up. They couldn't just build their life off of we can run a car for 400,000 miles. Nobody gave a fuck. They wanted to look sexy. So Honda got their shit in order. And boy, black people went out in droves and got Hondas. You see more black people driving Hondas than you've ever seen. Because their cars look sexy now. Their cars look sweet. You niggas something else. You see a good-looking car, you go buy that motherfucker. You see a good-looking business opportunity, you're like, man, how much that shit costs? Can you do a business like that? Man, that seems like a lot of work. I love him when the motherfucker say it seems like a lot of work and then he works hard for another motherfucker. I love that shit. When a motherfucker says running a business seems like it'd be a hard thing to do, but then he go right back and work for another motherfucker. Really? Really, motherfucker? You telling me that running your own business, breaking your own buck, would be a difficult thing to do? But you go run and work for somebody else and let them pay you an hourly wage. You work 60 minutes and they'll figure out exactly what they want to pay you for that 60 minutes when you don't have a limit to what you can make in 60 minutes if you're working for yourself. Yeah, I know I'm crazy in this bitch. Crazy. Like a fox. That's okay. We here and stay on Atlanta. Let's stay on Atlanta. What's that boy's name? Robert Allen Young? Is it Robert Allen Young? Let me see. I'm driving this shit, I know. But I ain't texting, I'm just reading. Robert Aaron Long. See, he got 3 names. You already knew he was a serial killer. If he white, looked crazy, and got 3 names, he's guilty already. I'm not even sure why we're having a trial. White and 3 names pretty much puts him at the scene of the crime. He looked crazy, you already know. But see, this is what they're doing already. He's not a crazed serial killer. This isn't a hate crime. All Asians been killed in Asian businesses. Not a hate crime, not targeting. He got a sex addiction. So, he done checked out 9 motherfuckers at 3 different locations. They all Asian. They all Asian businesses. And y'all came to the conclusion that it wasn't a hate crime, that it wasn't targeting, but he's got a sex addiction. I mean, these massage parlors, they're known to engage in happy endings. That's what they're known for. That's what they're famous for. Happy endings. Now, all I know is he's 21 years old. And at 21, I was looking for happy endings everywhere. Not necessarily massage parlors, but I was constantly seeking out happy endings at 21. As many as I could get. I wanted to be happy. And I wanted to be an ending. I really didn't want there to be an ending to my happiness, but I wanted it to be happy at the end. Now, did I ever think about going out and killing several people because of my desire to be happy in the end? Not one day, not one time, not one situation did I feel as though I needed to go out and kill several people because of my love for happy endings. Now, if he has a sex addiction, he'd probably want to keep those type businesses open, unharmed, unaffected. You might go shoot up a McDonald's if you're a sex addict because you don't like a cheeseburger. But you'll leave the massage parlors alone because you like egg rolls. If you're following me, you're following me. If you're not following me, I get it. But I don't know why you're here because I'm about 10 minutes in on this bitch. And if you follow me and you ain't with me, I don't know why you're still here. If you look at history and sex addicts, they generally don't go destroy what makes them happy. And if he was known to frequent these places and he had happy endings at these particular places, why would he have done them harm? Some of y'all ain't with me because you ain't trying to be with me. But see, I'm trying to break this shit down. This is white supremacy. This is racism. This is a hate crime. And this proves that black Americans are not terrorizing Asians. An isolated incident between a black individual and an Asian is not terrorizing. The motherfucker goes and checks out people in 3 different massage parlors, all Asian people. That's got hate crime written all over it. Yeah. It's got hate crime written all over it. But somehow, some way, they are trying to paint the picture that this didn't happen because of racial hate. This happened because he's got a sex addiction. And he's already admitted to that. He got some old dudes working with him. He working with a grand wizard. And they were like, look, if you get pinched, when you go check out these massage parlors, and you get pinched, here's what you tell them. They schooled him on what to say. Sex addiction? Really? Sex addiction? 21. And known to frequent all these places. They say he don't live at home. So his family don't know what he does, but they knew how to reach him. His family narked on him. Atlanta's trying to act like they solved the fucking crime, like they Columbo'd this bitch. His family narked on him. They called in and said, look, we might know exactly who the fuck this is. That looked like Robert Aaron on that TV there. Myrtle? Is this Robert Aaron? That looks like Robert Aaron on the TV. They're saying somebody shot somebody, and I think they're talking about Robert Aaron. Myrtle! See? When Robert Earl and Myrtle saw Robert Aaron, they was all named Robert. You know, Robert Earl, Robert Aaron, Robert, you know. So Robert Earl is the grandfather. Robert Aaron is the killer. And he sees his grandson on TV, and he's calling Myrtle. She's outside. Probably putting some clothes on the line, you know, feeding the dogs. The other livestock. They painted him as a sex addict. Not a serial, not a hate criminal, not just a deranged killer of European descent. Like I said, he's already guilty. His name is Robert Aaron Long. 3 names does it for me. When they got 3 names and you learn of them real quick. But motherfucker, if I do something out here, I do something fucked up. You know I ain't gonna do nothing fucked up. But you know I do something fucked up. The motherfuckers ain't gonna ain't gonna put my picture on me like, have you seen this man? This is Shannon McFall. It's exactly what they're gonna say. They're not gonna get up there and be like, have you seen this man? This is Shannon Keith McFall. I don't use my middle name like that. The only motherfuckers that use their whole name are killers like that. I'm telling you, if they're accused of a crime, wow, that car's fucked up bad. Jeez. I thought it had just happened. Everybody was pulling over like, that shit's been there for days. You can tell. The fuck. Anyways. Yeah. Dude. 3 names. 3 names guilty when they use them like that. Motherfuckers don't use all 3 of their names like that. They don't. It's not something that they do. But when you're introduced to them, when that name comes out to the world, Robert Aaron Long, guilty, that motherfucker did it. Fuck a person of interest, that's him. Fuck a suspect, that's him. 3 names, bye. And according to Robert Earl and Myrtle, that's their grandson. Now, Robert Earl and Myrtle are fictitious characters in this whole grand scheme of things. I don't know what his grandparents are named. Really don't give a fuck. They're not really a part of this to me. But I do know his folks, for real, busted on him. His folks dropped dime on him. So the police department gets to act like they solved this crime. They didn't solve this crime. They put him up on him. They got his phone to ping. All that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm learning more and more about what my brother Dale said. He said police solve very few crimes. He's like, they get a lot of their information from outside sources. They don't just be out here sleuthing shit. But they're trying to make this seem like, they did some straight up Kojak / Columbo / Ben Matlock shit. I prefer John Shaft myself. I liked his style. Shaft had a lot of women. He wasn't a sex addict. I'm talking about Richard Roundtree too. I ain't talking about Samuel L. Samuel L. got his in the Shaft movies, but Richard Roundtree, woo! Yeah, buddy. Richard Roundtree said, I got the feeling like a machine. And that ain't no way to feel. I'm telling you, dog. I feel like a machine sometimes. And that ain't no way to feel. Real shit. Real shit. Robert Aaron Long, the killer. The sex-addicted killer. It's not going to be a hate crime. Nah, it's not going to be a hate crime. You won't hear about swastikas and neo-Nazi and you won't hear about none of that. You might hear about baby oil and Vaseline, KY jelly. That might be the big sponsors of this trial. Talking about sex addiction, the people gonna buy the advertising gonna be the people that sex addicts use. Yep. They think they slick. They done flipped this already. Not a hate crime. I think he might have frequented those places. Okay? He don't look like he's getting no ass, so he buying pussy. He might as well just go buy it, someplace there's brick and mortar. He'd get robbed if he do a Tinder date or something. He'd get robbed. So he was going in there getting happy endings, and all of a sudden, he was like, I can't deal with this anymore. You bitches gotta go. If y'all don't get the fuck out of here today, on St. Patty's Day, fuck Patty too. But it's the BlackWatch, and I'm gonna get on up out of this motherfucker. Sex addict, not a hate crime. He chose Asian businesses, Asian people. I wonder if he's a Trump supporter. He's 21. He voted. I wonder if he's a Trump supporter. Trump had a lot of problems with Asians when he was in office. That causes disdain, for his supporters. That'll cause problems with people that was on Trump's level, and then people that's going to be on his supporters level. They right here in the street. They own these businesses out here. If he hates the leaders of those Asian territories, his supporters will hate the leaders of these retail territories. You don't think there's a connection there? Hey, I'm just saying. I'm not here to debunk the theory of him being a sex addict because he shot up people in, would-be sex shops. Let's not call them sex shops. They are massage parlors. And they're legally licensed buildings and businesses. Happy ending shops. No other businesses. Just those places. Okay. It is what it is. And it's gonna be what it's gonna be. God damn. Cold blood killer. In and out, in and out, in and out. Say he was on his way to Florida to do some more killing, possibly. But he's going to Florida, bro. How can he go home? Why they always run when they do shit like that? Where you going? You're not gonna go anywhere. Unless you get lifted up out of this bitch and you get into a foreign territory, where are you gonna go in the United States? You little crazy motherfucker. It ain't like you can get on LinkedIn and find a job. Hey, what was your last job? Killing 3 people, at one massage parlor. What? Yeah, I wasn't successful at the third one, but, what? He has no job skills. He doesn't look like he has a national average IQ level. And his family knows that he could potentially be with the shits, so they drop dime on him before there can be more bloodshed. I salute them for getting involved and preventing more bloodshed. I salute them. I don't know what happened in his years of coming up and why he went the direction that he went. But before he became an all-time piece of shit, I would had to have thought it's just my thinking that he had something positive about it. That they could, where was the wrong turn at? What did they find in his bedroom when he was growing up? At 21, that's not too young to move out. See, a lot of these kids, they stay home a lot longer. What pushed him out? He was out on his own. They didn't know where he was living, which is weird. How do your people not know where you're staying, but they just knew you didn't live at home? My mama always knew where I lived. That's weird shit. It's the BlackWatch. I'm a black man. And I watch shit. I also listen to shit. I heard some slick shit. I didn't like it. And a lot of motherfuckers might think I'm reading into this. A lot of motherfuckers think I read into a lot of shit. But just understand, I can read, bitch. Yo, boy. Boys in the hood. I don't like the way that sheriff or whoever got up there and said, "Thanks, Mayor Bottoms." I don't like that. Her name is Lance Bottoms. And I don't like that slick way he said, "Thanks, Mayor Bottoms," because it made me feel like he was talking about her ass. Y'all go back and listen to it. Thanks, Mayor Bottoms. Fuck out of here with your hidden racism, bitch. One.